Have you forgotten about me? I bet you thought that I had forgotten about you. I haven't. It's just been quite a manic few weeks. The last thing I remember was Christmas. I was hoping to do a YouTube live in my regular slot on Friday night, but I have been suffering so badly from conference flu, and then it just turned into something more than flu. I don't know. So I just couldn't bring myself to do it last night. But today I'm feeling a lot better, so I thought that I would take the opportunity to come and show you guys some of this swag, some of my Creativation goodies that I got to take home with me, and I'm really excited about playing with. So I'll show you some of them, but also we've got the new Heaphy Doodle release that also needs to be discussed. Have you seen it? Have you bought any? Have you got your hands on any? I'm really excited, and the design team have been doing a fabulous job, and they went down an absolute storm at Creativation. So I'm very excited about that. So we've got Maria here. Hey Maria. Maria's been such a darling. She keeps texting me going, look after yourself. Make sure you rest. Like, I know, Maria. Thank you. And we've got Shauna. Shauna's pink. Hello. And Joe and Jill. Hey everybody. So I hope you're okay with me, first of all, taking some time to go through some of the goodies that I got at Creativation, because well, I'm excited first of all to review it all. I only managed to unpack my bag like yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It was quite nuts. I just was so ill. It was horrible. So I'm excited. So can we zoom out, or is that going to be a problematic situation, Craigie? Let's zoom out a little bit so everyone can see all the stuff. Oh. I can just move it out of the way and then go through it one by one, because I probably want to play with it all anyway. That's not a big problem. That's as far as it goes. Okay. Sammy says, glad you're feeling better. Aww.
This one's here too.
Okay. That one's there. Okay, cool. Well, let me walk you through some of the bits and pieces that we have got, and we'll have a little play. Is audio okay before we go any further? That will be a good thing to double check. Right, okay, let's have a little look. So first of all, I wanted to mention a huge thank you to a number of companies. So we had make and takes on the Heaphy Doodle booth, and in order to do that, we had some of the design team color in images, and we cut them all out for our make and take. So a huge thank you to the design team for that and their help there. But also we had some other companies very kindly donate some products in order to help us. They were kind of like our sponsors, I like to call them, which is sweet. And so first of all, I wanted to mention Sticks 2. Now Sticks 2 are a UK adhesive company, and they weren't at Creativation, but I am very familiar with their brand, and they sent me a box full of goodies so we could use on the booth. We've got some foam pads, and what I really like, can you see these ones? They're tiny. I know that's not focusing properly, but you'll see kind of the, oh, I can put it over here. Craig's pointing over. So they're tiny. I guess they are, what is that? I want to say like 3 mil or something. Maybe they're 5 mil, and I'm just really bad at. Anyway, you can see, no, I think they're like 2.5, 3 mil. So they're really fun. They're really good for those little tiny areas. And then there was another one which is about 5, 6 mil. And then the red tape, which is a really skinny red tape. I really like this. And also a 2-in-1 glue pen, and it's got a pump action like this. So you pump it up, pump, 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 and then it comes out. It like fills up the cap. So we've got some adhesive, which I'm sure I will be using more of over the next few weeks / lifetime. Also we had Imagine Crafts. They donated some Memento, because this is my favorite ink for doing stamping, as you may know, because if you have been following me, then you know that I love my Memento. Actually, that's a different branding. It's a different cover on it. Mine's obviously older, but yep, they donated some Memento, so I was very pleased to bring home an extra one of these. And Spellbinders donated one of these amazing little things. Have you guys seen these before? Wait, I'll show you. So the idea is that you keep it on your desk, and as you're using your dies, then you can like throw your dies at it and it will stick to it magnetically. So you're never going to have that situation where you have a little die on the table and then it gets lost underneath all the pieces of paper and cutouts and things. So last year actually, when I was at Creativation, I was with Cheryl, Link Crafty Cards, you might know her as. And as we were walking into the hall, this lady came out and said, "Hey, do you want some swag?" We were like, "Yes, of course." And she said that she was one of the, what's it called, like the press. She had like a press badge, so she must have been there doing a report or something, I don't know. And she said that she went round, did some videos or whatever, and she got a bag full of goodies. So in the bag there was a whole lot of stuff, and so she gave it to us, and Cheryl and I divvied it up, and she knew what this was, and she was like, "I would love one of them," and I was like, "I don't even have a clue what it is." But as soon as I saw what it did, I was like, "Oh, I need one of them in my life." So I was really excited that we got this. And also the Platinum 6 machines. So it's out of frame at the moment because it's big, but I love the way it folds down. So I'm going to be playing with that a bit more in a little bit. Let's put this out of the way for just now. We can get through all these things. If there's anything you want to see up close, I can move it onto the other camera. Just shout. Okay. So this was not donated, but this was a purchase that I got. It's called a holster. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? It's got like a silicone back on it, and the idea is that it hangs off the edge, like it'll stick to pretty much anything that is slick. So it hangs off the edge of your desk, and you can put your pens, your papers, or whatever you want in there. And you get different sizes. These guys were at the show as well. This I think needs a wash because it's all covered in dust, so it's not sticking very well. But I use this as an example. Basically it holds on to the plasticky thing like that. So that's exciting. I definitely need to give it a wash, and I'm going to hang that on the side of my desk and figure out what I want to put in it. And then we also, Ranger give us some distress oxides and blending tools. But for stamping the sentiments, Catherine Pooler very kindly donated some inks. And see these, you guys? Oh, I'm going to be needing all of the colors. Absolutely beautiful. Like, just look at the colors. They just make you smile. The colors are just amazing. So I'm not going to put them too far away. I love the way they stack. At the start I was a bit about the fact that it's an oval ink pad. I don't know, it just didn't fit nicely in my what do you call it, ink pad holder. But they fit actually really well together. They stack nicely. They're not going anywhere. So yeah, you guys are going to definitely see more of them. Next to our stand was Brutus Monroe and Christopher and the gang, and he was so funny. I absolutely adore him. He is hilarious. We just were like playing pranks on each other. I donated all of my lights from the booth, like from my booth. They had the American, the American connector, you know, which are no good to me. So I was like, Christopher, do you want some lights? And he was like, yeah, okay. And I said, all the lighting in your studio is sponsored by HEFFY Doodle. He was laughing. And he gave me one of these as well, which says brutusmonroe.com, create your own ending, which I think is really fun. And a lanyard. Put that over here for now. It's a bit rattly-tattly. Yes, Shauna says you can use your holster to hold the heat tool, the fuse tool. Yeah, that would work. My fuse tool is in the drawer because I don't use it that much. But that's a really good idea. And they do have bigger ones for like hair straighteners, which are really fun. So I also bought a Teflon sheet at Cherry Lynn Designs. We went out to the factory. And I bought this to use on for making text, but in the end we didn't actually use it. So that is surplus to requirement, but never mind. And I also bought some little dies, what are they called? Polaroid dies. So I have kind of been wanting Polaroid dies for a long time, but never actually bought any. And I saw them there and I was like, I'm just going to get these. I like the fact that there's 3 different sizes. Like this one's actually super cute. I love it. I also got some kind of fun, whimsical flower dies, which I thought were pretty. And I bought, where is it? Here it is behind me. A new embossing pad. For the Big Shot and stuff. Let me show you my old one. So my Big Shot used to sit in front of the window, and then one day I went to use my embossing pad, and can you see it's like totally stiff and cracked. There's no life in it at all. If you just bend it, it just totally cracks and it's a bit gross. So this I kept around because in a pinch it might do something. But now that I have the new one, I'm just going to bin this right now. It's no use to me. Get out of my life if you're no use to me. So for the show, I needed a pair of scissors just for using around the old, you know, around the booth. I cannot talk. I'm so sorry, you guys. Around the booth for cable ties and stuff. And we bought a pair of scissors in like $1 scissors from, I don't know, a store. And then I was in Michael's and I was like, I'll just buy a pair to have on the booth as well. And then whenever we got to the booth and we were setting up, I was like, oh, pass me those scissors from the dollar store. And we opened them up and literally they just fell apart. It was really funny. So I was glad that I got these. And these are from EK Success. I think these are called the Caterpillar ones. And I have not used them significantly, but I'm really looking forward to testing them out. Lots of people saw them at the booth and said that they have them and they love them. And they've got quite a neat little point on them. Let me move you over. Where did my mouse go? So they've got quite a neat little point, can you see? Compared to my existing Fiskars ones, my diamond edge scissors that I use. So that will be a nice little change up, I think. Something to play with. So what else have we got? So I wanted to mention this. So before I went away, I was having a moan about how I needed to figure out a better way to store my my sequins. So I have this strange like wooden contraption behind me where I have lots of sequins just in little baggies, and they are not well organized. I can never find the one that I need. So just before I went away, I actually bought some storage containers. As you can see, they arrived the day before I left and I did not have a chance to play with them at all. I didn't even have a chance to take them out of their bubble wrap, but I have now. And these are bead storage containers. They look like Tic Tac holders. Oh, Liz says that she loves the EK Success. Woohoo! So these are the little Tic Tac holders, but I think they'll be perfect. So I got a couple of these cases, but my crafty friend Tanisa, oops, oh no, who was on the honeybee design team with me, she said, oh, I've got a present for you, and she produced this. How cool is that? And look, so it's the same kind of concept, individual tubs. They're a little bigger, so I like that, so I can have bigger sequins in here. And there's so many sequins. There's some gorgeous colours, really bright coloured ones. Like, look at this aqua kind of colour. He's so pretty. And then like these ones here, I was looking at them all earlier. It's like a film reel and some gold, black stars, like a camera. So they're a bit thematic, some of them. These are beautiful. Oh, and they're falling everywhere. They're like little gems almost, I guess. I can't even... They're plastic. They're definitely plastic with a metallic finish on them. But they look gorgy. These ones are also beautiful. Oops. So pretty. So I do not know what make this tub is. Does it tell me? Right. Keeper number 66. I don't know what that means. But my ones that have just fallen on the floor, I want to say Craftwell. Is it Craftwell? I think it's Craftwell. Bead Storage. And they were about £5.99, something like that. Let me just pick this one up off the floor before I stand on it and break it, before it even has sequins in it. But each of the little containers, although they're small, I think they'll hold a tub or a packet of sequins quite nicely. There we go. So I'm hoping to clear out one of my drawers in my Alex for that. Close-up camera. These ones. Let me move you over. I really need to do my nails. I kind of like the way that you can shake them out, but then you can pop the end off as well. So quite a lot. I use the Craftwell container for my sequins and it works great. Is this the one that, is this the Craftwell one then? Maybe you'll know if you can recognize it. And then this is the other little tub, so they're slightly bigger. Good, huh? How cute is that? Tanisa was amazing. So sweet of her to think of me. Oh, I also got another pair of scissors actually at the show, but they are inside the house. They have been used a lot. So you guys might know that we had a new addition to our family back before Christmas. And it's a little rodent. And one of the new stamp sets from Heaphy Doodle is an ode to my new rodent baby. And his name is Fiskars. And at the show, we had these like cardboard cutout kind of things. They're once again inside. And we had some that were cut out in the shape of some of our critters. Like, for example, the elephant. We had like an elephant. We had the croc. And we had one of the little... Let me get him. Let me get him. One of these little guys. This is from the new Heaphy Doodle release. It is called Hello Squeakheart. And we had some of these little critters all cut out in this like blown up version of like a cardboard cutout. And I went along to the Fiskars booth and I was telling them about the fact that I've got a a fat-tailed gerbil, a pet, and his name is Fiskars. And he's named after my favourite crafting tool, which is my diamond edge scissors. Here comes Craig, probably with my new toy. Anyway, I was talking to them and they were so excited. Thank you. And they were like, come back at the end of the day. And so I came back at the end of the day and they produced a, this is, I think it's limited edition. Was a scissor that they released for their 50th birthday. So right here it says 50th. Craig's gonna shout at me if I don't show you another. If I don't show you on the close-up cam. So it says 50th. They are so sturdy. They cut like, oh my gosh, like a blooming machete or something. They are, it's almost like I'm not scared to use them because they're so sharp that they will leave a clean open wound that will heal in a second. So they've been inside actually because we had so many pre-orders, thank you very much everybody, that I was just like using them all the time to cut out labels and stuff. So yay! Donna says her favourite is Fiskars too. Yay! Okay, a couple more bits and pieces. So getting to the things that you're all interested in, the stamps. We had a chat with one of the ladies from the Marva Uchida booth. And she gave me a little box full of goodies to test out. And we're actually going to be in discussions about a inspiration hop or a collaboration or something like that to get a chance to play with some Marvy stuff. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with a lot of their products. They do a lot of pens. They do fabric markers and bits and pieces. I'll just run through what I got in my box here. So this is a Marva Le Plume. And these were super popular, like I'm talking years ago. I probably have some. I have some up here. I think I probably do. And they were a bit like the zig markers where you could actually scribble on top of your rubber stamp, spritz with water and stamp it, or you can like huff on it like like that and stamp it. But it's got a beautiful like brush marker nib, and at Frankfurt, actually more so than Creativation, I had the opportunity to test out a lot of markers because there wasn't a lot to play with, but mostly it was markers. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. Beautiful. And this is a really nice nib. So I don't know if you like brush lettering or playing around or even just playing with it. There you get a lot of variety with this. There's a nice stiff nib, but it has a good bend in it if you want to do brush lettering. And then there's a little tiny nib as well. So that's fun. Then if you like bullet journaling, you should check out this. So this is called Le Pen, which I thought was funny because of French guy Le Pen. Weird name. And it's got a tiny nib, and it's really good, I think, if you are into your bullet journaling. And they've got a full range of these tiny nibbed pens. It's quite skinny, good one for the old purse or handbag. It is inky though. I mean, it's not going to rub here, but it's not like a ballpoint pen. We have another Le Pen, which is a technical drawing pen, although it is pigment ink, so this will smudge. But it's for drawing and it's a 0.5. I kind of like it. It's a nice nib. I can see this going into my kit of like doodle pens, you know. I like it a lot. It's a nice smooth surface. Some of the grey ones have a weird like matte, not matte, it's not the right term. It's like textured, like a roughness to it. But this one, no, this one looks really good and I quite like it. So that's also a Le Pen drawing. They also have a Marva La Plume. La Plume. Le Plume. Is it Le Plume or La Plume? Le. That's what I thought. It looks like a la there, doesn't it? Permanent marker. So it is whiffy. It's a bit stinky. But much, not softer. Oh, I can't talk. Much softer and bendier. So it's not quite the same as the other, but it is of course permanent. So you could write on plastic or acetate or whatever you want. Deco color. I remember these. Do you remember these, guys? Where I remember these whenever I was a kid, and we would use them for like Christmas. Oh man, they stink. It's just like a paint pen, but we would use them for Christmas, and you have to like pump them. They're really whiffy. Liquid gold they're called. I don't even remember what I would have used them for, but I remember definitely stealing them from like my brother. Stealing it from his room. Then we've got the Bistro chalk marker. Now last year I actually did a I guess it was like a review. Was it a review? I got to play with some chalk markers from a company called Chalkola. And I made this, which I periodically use as my to-do list. And I like the Chalkola ones, but they didn't have it very fine. And this is beautiful and fine. So I think I prefer this much better than the ones that I was sent anyway from Chalkola. They may well have had thinner ones on the market. I'm not sure. You can't really see it because it's a white on white, but I'm liking it. So there's a little look at some of the things that were in that box. Like I say, we're hoping to do something with the guys at Marva because I think it would be fun to have another look. And I have a lot of their products. They were trying to talk to me about the snow marker and I'm like, got it. and then they were talking about the jewel picker thing. This thing. Have you guys seen this? So it looks like a close-up camera. So the end of it almost looks like it's been dipped in the stuff that comes on the end of a Kirby Clip. Do you know what I mean? Sort of a plasticky thing, almost rubbery. And so you can pick up jewels with it or sequins and stuff. So you just kind of push it down. It's better if it's got a surface. See, like this. And you can push it off. So you can pick it up, move it around, and pop it down. So it keeps your fingers out of all the gunk. So I already have that. Santa brought me that one year. It's definitely one for the Christmas list if you don't already have that. Crafty Not Shifty's here. Hey! Hope you're feeling better. Keeping me sane while I clean the craft. My craft room needed to be cleaned today as well. And oh my gosh, like, oh, it's still a mess. Guys, I have got so much stuff. I have got red rubber, Unity red rubber sets that I want shot of. So if any of you want them, you let me know. Pay the postage and you can have them. because, and I'll show you them if you want me to show them to you. I can go get them in a few minutes when I go through this, and I would definitely love to get rid of them. They're sitting in a box over there and I don't want to bin them. So stampies. This is a stamp called Mug Hug. Oh, wrong one. This is a stamp called Mug Hug. Hug in a mug. It's got the cutest bear. And this is from the gals at Pink and Main. How cute is he? She came along to see me and say hello. She's so sweet. And she was like, hey, do you want this? I was like, yes, of course I do. And then I got a Winnie and Walter stamp set. So this is called Bigger Bang Confetti. And I think she said it was limited edition. I don't know whether you can't buy it or something like that. I'm not sure. But how beautiful is that? Like, I'm really excited about using them with my Catherine Pooler inks. Oh, I know, so sweet. She makes the cutest critters. So I'm going to play with this. And then we went out for dinner one night, and I was sitting next to Jennifer, and halfway through dinner, Cheryl on one side shouted over, or no, well, not shouted over, but leaned over me and said to Jennifer, I've always wanted to know, why did you call it reverse confetti? And I was like, oh my gosh, you're Jennifer from Reverse Confetti. And I had a wee bit of a fangirl moment. And we had been talking like most of the day and hanging out most of the day. I just didn't know who she was. Oh man, such a rookie. But anyway, she had some swag in her bag, and she actually gave me a 6x6 stamp set, and then this to one of the other girls, but I batted my eyelids and was like, please can I have this stamp? And they were so kind and give it to me. So we've got Happy Heart Day, Hey Hot Stuff, You Stole My Heart, Be Mine Valentine, Love You to Pieces, Forever My Love, Love You Lots, For My Sweetheart, Love Is Sweet, and From Cupid. I think they're just lovely, and I love the whimsical font. How fun is that? I love stamps. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. I'll put this in here. I'm going to move this in to the scene as well. Flirting for crafts, pretty much. This was another item that was donated for our use at the booth, which was great. This release, we had a lot more dies. We had standalone dies as well. So we wanted to have the make and takers, give them the opportunity to actually play with the product, because we didn't do an awful lot of stamping. We had some pre-stamped items. We wanted them to play with the word dies and things. So we got our hands on some die cutting machines. I meant I didn't have to carry them there, which was great as well. So this is the baby blue from Tattered Lace, and it's so sweet. We also had on the booth the new machine, the little machine from Alta New. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. And I mean, I can walk you guys through the differences sometime if you want me to do that. But let me just walk you through this. I mean, it's just the same as you would use any other. Like my Big Shot, for example. Let me get a pokey picker out or two. But what I really like is that it is, you know, I like the size. I like the fact that it can actually stay on my desk without taking up a massive amount of room. And it goes through the machine quite fast. So when you turn it, it only takes like 3 or 4 turns to go through, and you get like a perfectly die cut little die cut. So I'm very happy about that. Nice size and less cranks. Yes, so we had the Alta New one as well, which I prefer the handle on the Alta New one. this is elongated. Can you see that? Skinny that way and then fat that way. Can you see that? It's purely aesthetic, I know that, but it just doesn't feel right when you do this. So the Altenew one is a pure cylinder, which I prefer, and this comes out at an angle, which when I first got this machine I thought it was broken because it looks a bit like it's been bent, but it's meant to be like that apparently. And it works beautifully, so I am convinced that it is meant to be like that. But it feels a bit wrong. And the Altenew has it beat on that side of things. And I like the whiteness of the Altenew one. But the Altenew one, you have to crank quite a lot. When we were in Frankfurt, I spoke to Nabil and the team at Altenew, and I said, I love the machine, but it's really low geared. I don't know if you want to look into that. So, a little bit of user feedback there. Yeah, it looks like the handle's wonky. You're right, Di. It does. That's what I thought. But it's meant to be like that. And my beautiful little dies. So exciting. Let me move this out of the way. This also has got real good suckers, little suckies on it. It's not going to go anywhere. Oh, just wobble my monitor for Craig. Sorry. So these I haven't even played with yet either. And this was a gift from a crafty friend. Thank you. And they are the Spectrum Noir. I want to say glitter brush markers? Brush glitter markers? One of those things? Huh. Maybe I don't do that. Oh, there we go. Ooh, look at it bleeding. Hello. Ooh. Very nice. Lots of mica in that for sure. Really juicy. Put the lid back on. Can you see the shimmer? Pretty. Oh. And yeah, Spectrum Noir Sparkle, it just says. And there's loads, like there's 10 colours, or at least 8 colours, and these look like they might be 2 clear ones maybe. I'm going to crack into another one. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's got a really intense pigment. He's got a lovely brush nib and lots of sparkle. I'll leave that to dry and see how it turns out. Can they be refilled? Asks Donna. I accidentally kind of took one apart, so I think physically they can be refilled, but like, because here, look, if you take this out, and here, physically that you can get in a reservoir, but whether they actually sell the refill as a thing or whether you just buy the replacement of the one pen, I'm not sure. Need to check that out with the Spectrum team. Leslie's first time chat. Misses the first part, but would partake in paying postage for your dies. Only started crafting, so stamps. So any stamps would be great. Best wishes from Northern Ireland. Hey, Lynn! That is so pretty. Yes, I will show you guys the stamps, and then maybe what I'll do is I will make a list of each one, and then whoever messages me, and we can send them. If you pay the postage, then that's all I ask, because otherwise I'm going to be out a lot of money. Okay, so yay. Two more things, okay guys? Let's put this over here. Tidy up as I go along. So I want to play with these hopefully tonight. These are color bursts. So it's like a pigmented powder. Have you seen them before? And there's 3 colors. I've got violet, orange, and alizarin crimson. I'm not sure how to say that. And then orange, like I said here, and it's got a little nozzly on it like this, and I'll play with that in a little bit because it's kind of unpredictable. And then we have the liquid metals. So the idea is that you can use water, and you put the powder on your project and then you spray it with water to move it around, or you put the water on your project and then you tap on the colors. So we'll play with them in a little bit. What I wanted to do is stick my stickers onto my Misty. I know I'm such a silly sausage, but I really want to do it. Well, hopefully it's easy enough to do, and I'm not going to mess it up on camera. This is what the pink should look like. This is what my pink looks like. It looks really gross and horrible. I wonder, do I need to take this one off before I stick the other one on? It's probably a good move. Okay, so I can see that that line lines up there. Oh no. Ooh, sticky. So these two need to go down first, it would appear. And I think they butt up against this edge. So we'll do that first of all. Yay. I sort of like the faded pink color of the old measurements. I do not. I think it's because I know that it's not the right color. I don't like that kind of muted vintage pink color. I think it reminds me of like old bridesmaids, poofy meringues. Do you know what I mean? Plus teal is just way more my color. Teal and turquoise. Yay! Okay. Probably gonna get my head in the middle of this. So pretty. Oh, I'm totally off screen. Sorry, guys. So this is proving that it's really easy to do this live on camera under pressure. Nice. It's so pretty, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. Sam says, I can't wait to see how the powders work. If you like unpredictability, then this is going to be your thing. I like it. I can't remember, was it this way or was it this way? Oh no, don't stick, don't stick. Was it this way or was it this way? Oh man, not that it really matters, I suppose. Oh, okay, this one goes from one. Okay, let's do it that way then. I didn't know you could buy replacement strips. Does anyone know the range of colors? They sell white and blue and pink, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my head down here a little bit, guys. Please forgive me. Yeah, so Ileana came up to the booth, the Heaphy Doodle booth, and we were talking because we've got a collaboration happening shortly, which is fun. And oh, that is way off. Why is that so off? Yeah. And so we were talking about that, and I said that, oh, I mentioned the fact that my standard size Missy is a bit sun-kissed. And she says, just can you stickers? Go up to the booth and get one. There's blue and there's white. Sitting on the table, just go and grab one. And I was like, really? Okay, I'll go right now. Because I had the opportunity to leave the Heaphy Doodle booth. And I knew that if I didn't grab the opportunity, then it's I was going to regret it. So Antonius Maximus said the other way. Well, this one starts up like this, so I just copied it. Although this seems like there is a bit of a gap there. Now maybe my thing isn't exactly perpendicular or something, I'm not sure. I got confused there. I thought that it was bigger than normal. 8.5. It'll do. Oh, it looks so different. It's got a new lease of life. Love it. It's very blue in the video. It's more turquoise in real life. But I love it. So there we go. I've got my mama and my dada. Or my mama and my baby. I'm not sure. Whatever we want to call that. Okay, let's take a look at the Heaphy Doodle new release, and then I will show you the stamps that you guys can choose between if you want any of them. Have you guys seen the new Heaphy Doodle release? And if so, let me know what your favorite one is. We have been absolutely blown away by the response. We took some pre-orders between the show, Creativation, and the 1st of February, which was release day. And when I came back from Germany, despite feeling like death warmed up, I had so many orders to pack and to weigh and to ship, and it was bittersweet. Like, it was almost annoying because I couldn't really enjoy it and bask in it because I was so ill. Luckily, I feel a lot better today. Okay, let's walk through them. It's been such a long time coming, and I'm so glad that they're finally here. So, as you might know, I'm from Ireland, and I wanted to do a stamp set that had like little leprechauns on it. And this has been something that I had in my mind for a long time. If you look back on my YouTube, I think it's on my YouTube, I made a card with where I made my own little pot of gold, and I had added lots of gold sequins, and they were spilling out, and I had a sentiment that said something like I treasure you, or something like that. Anyway, you can have a look back if you're interested in taking a look. But I really wanted a stamp set that had Happy St. Patrick's Day, but also other like lucky themes. So it's not just going to be taken out in March or in February. It actually can be used all year round, because you could use these for lots of different things. Like, they kind of look just like a little gnome anyway. And you've got like the money bag. I was thinking like this could be used as, you know, whenever the little handkerchief all wrapped up whenever you're going away, if you wanted to do like a good luck card or something. And so we have these. We also have the coordinating dies. Take this out. And in Heaphy Doodle style, of course, we have, excuse me, internal cut lines here, so it goes around the little guy's hands, so you can tuck like the beer, etc. in there. And then there's a couple of solid like clovers, and then open ones as well, a 4-leaf and like a 3-leaf shamrock, and lots of sentiments, and a couple of little piles of gold, etc. too. So in this release, like I mentioned, we have introduced some standalone dies. And we have the word lucky to go with this bundle. Also, we have our first big beasties, as I call them. Let me find them. There we go. Lucky Clover, Clover frame dies. So it's a standalone die. It is an A2 like stitch rectangle. You've got this beautiful frame. So if you wanted to make like shake cards, etc., it's so beautiful. Another gorgeous, it kind of is reminiscent of a horseshoe because of all those little circles in it. And then this one has a flap, so you can lift up the flap. We've got the word that just says good luck, and then some pretty little clover. This one is just like a little clover that cuts out a die cut. But then this one, it's so pretty. It does the embossing lines. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Getting too excited. What did I do with my... Here we go. This is where my little baby blue is coming in handy. Might as well do him while I'm here. Oops. Not crafted in so long, I'm obviously lost my touch. Claudette says, love this set. Yay. So we've got the word lucky. Get rid of these two. We've got the little die cut clover. And then have a look at this other one as well, which has got the like the stitching. It leaves the stitching around it. Can you see? Doesn't it look really pretty? I love it. I made a card with where I used that stitched clover all around the outside and like on the background, and it just gives this beautiful effect. It's really pretty. And then we have our lucky die as well. Also in this set is a like a hidden sentiment strip. So this is all stitched like a stitched rectangle, but on here you've got a solid line on the corner, so you can like pull it. It's like a reveal die. So that's really fun as well. Let's put those back in here, back where they should be, not hiding over there. So there you go. That is Lucky Friends stamp and the Lucky Friends dies. The Lucky Heavy Cuts, which is the brush lettering, and then the Clover dies. Put him back in there so I don't lose him. Next up we have Honey Bunny Boo. So I know a lot of my YouTube fans or YouTube watchers were asking for bunnies, and I actually said to you guys a little while ago, okay, I've got bunnies. Rhea is saying the bunnies, obviously. I'm glad that you like them. So we've got 3 like adult bunnies and then a baby bunny. And we have also got the coordinating dies, of course. And for this one, it cuts out his paw. So you can cut around his paw and then tuck like an Easter egg in there or a little carrot. And it has this die here. So I wanted to explain it because this took me a little while to get this just right. I didn't want it just to cut around the outside with a like strange white border. That wasn't what I had planned with this one. My idea was that you have a flat card and you stamp the little tufts of grass and you want to tuck things behind it. So the way that this works best, actually, through experimenting, I found out, is if you actually die cut the die first of all and then stamp the stamp right on top, because with the die the lines can't be too sharp or else it's too brittle and breaks. So it's easier to line up the stamp on top of the die and you'll get these cute little tufts of grass that you can tuck things into. So that's Honey Bunny Boo. And with Honey Bunny Boo we have got, oops, the word Easter, which I cut earlier. Here it is. And the word honey. Let's give that a shot. Oh, Claudette says that she's sitting in bed and have been for 3 weeks as I had surgery on my ankle. Oh no. I hope that you're feeling mentally stimulated, because I remember whenever I was incapacitated or stuck in bed, my back surgery, you just need to keep yourself like alert, otherwise you go stir crazy. Absolutely do. I did a whole load of online classes whenever I was out of action, because I could sit and watch them on my computer and actually feel like I was learning something rather than just sitting watching drivel. I hope you feel better. So there we go, that's Honey and Easter. And then next up we have excellent news. So Craig's brother and my sister-in-law, they're pregnant, they're having a baby soon. And when we found out they were pregnant, I was brainstorming stamps and I had this idea of having a stroller or a pram where you can tuck the egg into the pram, or you could have like a chick coming out like in the pram, and the idea of congratulations. I thought that was really funny. And then here you are expecting. So there was lots of puns and they kind of all came together. So this set, the images are a bit smaller, but I wanted to have lots of images in it. And I think it works well because you've got a solid egg, you've got two hatch parts of an egg, you've got somewhere in between. And we've got some basic font as well as some like handwritten font. And these were all handwritten by me. And same with these. Someone just said there, Di says, I love the script. I wrote these with a brush myself. So you're getting an authentic piece of me whenever you have these dies. And I think that adds fun to the whole thing. So this is excellent news. I need to get some magnetic sheet in there. But once again, it cuts around the paws and it cuts along here, which means you can tuck either the trio of chicks in there, you can tuck the egg, but then you can also mix that up with like Honey Bunny Boo and put the Easter eggs in there, which I thought would be really fun. So lots of options. And to go with that, we have got baby and congrats. The congrats has been really popular. rid of all these wee pokey bits. So there's the congrats. And then the baby is, it's quite small, but I wanted it to be small because I think with baby cards, small is cute. So I wanted it to be small, and it means it's really affordable as well. So we've got congrats and baby. And I can't wait to see my new baby niece or nephew whenever he or she decides to grace us with their presents. So there we go. Next up, it's been discussed already. Hello, Squeakheart, my little fisky boodles. So there is a thing, some people don't like mice, which is just weird because they're so tiny and cute. So I actually decided, for two reasons, well, multiple reasons probably, I decided to make the tails optional. So they can be a generic rodent. It can still be a mouse, but the tail is behind his butt. Or you can add on, there's 3 different tails. There's 4 mice, but 3 different tails. So in fact, you could do a mouse with the tail on this side and then another mouse with the tail on that side, and it'll look like it's a completely different mouse. So you'll get a lot more versatility. If I made the stamps with the tail on them, it makes the stamp a bit weaker. You have to like add the join it up. Like, can you see here? If I had the stamp come up and down like that, when you pull it off, there's a chance it might rip. So the actual base image goes along here. Can you see that? So if I made the tail onto the actual mice, it's a one-trick pony, as it were. Like, you're always going to get the same kind of mouse, which is fine. But I couldn't have got as many images in this stamp set because of that. And I wanted to give you guys lots of versatility. And like I say, some people don't like mice or rats, so these can be hamsters or guinea pigs. They're a bit of a generic rodent. And we also have an internal cut line on the paws here and here, and there it cuts along the bottom half of this inner circle, so you can tuck a little rodent in there, and he's looking out and he's so cute. He has been, I think, the most popular so far. You've got your internal cut lines. And this says hello, and you've got hello Squeakheart, hello Sweet Cheeks, and then to go along with that, we have got the word hey. Hey! Another really popular one and really affordable. We've had some of our items like sold out already, which has been amazing. Hey! I think it's nice and whimsical. So somebody says, can you stamp the words baby and congrats inside the die cuts? No, no, they are not the same. It's not the same because these here were made using a brush letter, and then that was not the same. It's not the same type of font. This was written by hand, but it's not the same. I couldn't get it to work just right and still get all my images in here. But now you have 2 options. You can either stamp it or you can use the die cut. Okay, so that is our 6 of our in brush lettering dies. Hello Squeakheart, pop you back in there. We also have, what you saying? So I have lots of little critters. I like making scenes with my critters doing their thing, and I thought that it would be missing a trick really if I didn't have the opportunity to give these guys little speech bubbles and make them have conversations. So you've got an outline speech bubble going to the right and to the left, and then we also have solid ones, so you can actually use them together. Like, you could have a yellow solid image with a pink outline and then stamp these inside, or you can use them separately. And somewhere this does have a coordinating die set, And it's really affordable because most of the stamp set is words. So we have got, let me show you. So these two dies here will cut out, like this one will cut out this, and it will also cut out this because it's exactly the same size, right? And this one will cut out here, and this one will cut out here. Perfect. So you're getting more use out of it, even though it's just two dies, you're getting 4 uses. And then these ones here have a stitched line. So the idea is that you use this without the stamp, and it looks really pretty if you, especially if you use like colored cardstock. You get that gorgeous stitching. Can you see? And then you can stamp the words right in there. So you get one going left and one going right. Pop you back in there. You get another piece of that Buddha for that. And then I have 2 more dies. Let me split them up for you. We have got this, which is called the Strips of Ease die set. And I know it looks like nothing special because, do you know what? It is nothing special. But it also means that it's like so simple, it's genius. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever done a card and you've stamped a greeting and you want to create a little strip to go along the card, and then you do that, but the strip is all wonky and you get really annoyed, and then you do it again and it goes wrong again, and then you get really annoyed. So this is called Strips of Ease. Don't say it too fast or it sounds like strip tease. That was kind of planned, to be honest, because I thought it was really funny. You're going no more fiddling with a paper trimmer. A perfect strip. It is the perfect height for a lot of my sentiments, and it is 5.5 inches wide, so the perfect width for your project. So for the Strips of Ease, you get a skinny, a medium, and a fat. And then we have another set, which is our most popular die so far. I think I've got one left so far. Is our stitched Strips of Ease, and it's exactly the same concept, but you get that beautiful stitching all the way around it. Let me see if I can get this in. Oh. Jill says, you think of everything. Your sets are so well thought out because you're a user too. Yeah, I think you're probably right, to be honest, is that I make it for me, which, I don't know, maybe people will probably criticize me for that, but meh, who cares? There you go, you got a stitch Strips of Ease. Put that down there, you can see beautiful stitching all the way around. So there we go, that's the release. The only other ones that you may have seen around and about was this here, which was if you place a pre-order at the Heaphy Doodle store. We have this stamp set called Muniverse. It's not yet released, so you can't get that, you cannot buy it. And then we're going to have on the store, if you spend so much money, then you'll get this free. And then we have a little die as well, that if you spend more money, you'll get that included. Yeah, you may have seen that one around. And once again, we've got like a little basket, but I'm thinking, oh, the bunny would look cute in there. The Easter eggs will look cute in there. I'm very excited about that too. And we had another one which was called Sticky Friends, and it was an exclusive as well. It was a freebie given away to some people at the show. You may have seen it. Right, let me get tidied up. And I want to actually have a play with my color bursts, and then I'm going to show you my Unity stuff. Okie dokies. Let me get my color bursts on the go. So what is a watercolor? So you need to have some sort of watercolor paper if we're going to use it to its best potential, because we're going to want to saturate it a little bit. So this is a gummed block of watercolor paper. It's one that I've had for about 14 years. I'm on my second last sheet. I know that because it says Ink Spot, which is where I used to work when I was at uni. And it is £140, 300 GSM, Winsor Newton Cotman. Cold press. They still make it, I'm sure. And I'm going to cut a panel using my Clover frame. This actually, I think, would work nicely. And my beautiful new scissors. I love that they're so big. Okay, let's run this through the machine. It's too big for the little one, I'm afraid. But it'll work hunky-dory on the Sizzix or the Platinum 6, but my Sizzix is here, so I'll use that. So have you guys seen the color bursts before? Looks like a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, let me grab my craft mat. I probably need to upgrade my craft mat anyway. It looks a little sorrowful. So Antonia says no. Sam says no. There's lots of different colours. Beautiful colours, in fact. I got the sampler, which has 3+ platinum. Platinum liquid metals. And this is my first play. So let's see how it goes. Might turn out like a mess, but that's how you learn. Okay, I go grab some supplies. We need some water. And we need a paintbrush. We probably need some tissue. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do some stripes on my card and do one at a time. I'm doing a stripe here. And a stripe. I'm trying to see it and I can't see it. A stripe here. Oh, can you see it? Pretty. And then I'm going to do one here. Oh, bled. That's okay. Ooh, it obviously picked up some of the red. It's pretty. So you can actually, oh, it's so pretty. I get distracted. You can like put this into a ink palette with some water and then create your own like watercolor for painting if you want to do that. And you only need a little tap. Can you see how it swims? And the bits that have like dried out a bit, need a little bit of encouragement. It's so vibrant. Wow, look at that. What's the name of the small die cutting machine you've been using? This is called the Baby Blue by Tattered Lace. You can buy it on Create and Craft, I know that for sure. I'm not sure where else you can buy it. Ooh. So I think with this, it's probably best to flick it with a fine paintbrush. Let's see what we can do. It gives such a pearlescent sheen. It's very pretty. You see the shiny, shiny? Oh, after all that, I did not get kitchen roll. I love the colour bursts. I'm going to get some more card. I'm actually just going to cut this along here. And I'm going to move this over there. Smoosh you up. And hopefully you can still see. I'm going to get some water. And paint a really wet rectangle-ish shape in the middle. Look at that. Can you see it? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And where my paper is buckled, all the water is pooled to the sides here. So that's why this bit in the middle isn't really wanting to move anywhere. I'll flatten it down and see if that water can move a little bit. Love it almost looks floral, like the way that you get the gradients. How fun is that? I'm going to add a little bit of purple at the risk of ruining everything, but hey. So the other thing that I saw Ken and the gang doing was encouraging movement with water. And I'm going to turn on my heat tool now. I'm going to put you guys on mute for a minute and turn on my heat tool to blast this. So I'm just stopping there for a second because I just wanted to talk about the fact that the purple and the orange have kind of muddied a little bit. But that's what happens when you use colours on opposite ends of the colour wheel. So I'm just going to blot some of that away, trying to get rid of the brownness of it, and then continue heating it. What do you think? Let me put you on the other camera. It's really quite intense. And even this one is really pretty. Let me just dab away some of the puddles before I move it over. It's a completely different look, but it's very, very artistic. Very loose. I like it. Let me do another one. I can see how this can be totally addictive. So this time I'm going to do it the other way, where you add the, oh, see, it looks really green when it comes out, but it is a violet. It's definitely got like a black, and it's definitely got some blue in it. Can you see? How pretty is that? Oh, it's so pretty. Almost looks like a galaxy. And there's so much colour in it. I'm going to try and move it over without... Oh no, I'm going to move it if I do that. I love how the colour crystals produce such unexpected results. Yeah, and the speckling at the edge of the powder. Yeah, because of the way that it's like blowing it. I'm going to try to get another bit up here. Actually, no, I'm not, because I think that would be a beautiful like area to stamp something in the middle, won't it? Just going to set that to the side. Don't run away. Me saying, oh, it's so fun to have unexpected things, and then getting upset when it does something truly unexpected. That's a beautiful colour, that one. I'm really liking it. So I've got quite a lot of powder accidentally down here. I'm going to just pick that up and paint with it. And add a little bit more colour. It's so pretty. It's like I want it to do its own thing, but I also, whenever it does its own thing and it's like, that's pretty, I want it to stop doing its own thing. Did you see the new colour set? That was Galaxy Building Colours. I didn't see specifically, but I did see one of the pictures on his like sample board, and it looked like a galaxy. It was beautiful. This looks like it could be a galaxy set. It's moving, it's moving. Stop. Stop. Stop it, please. I'm gonna be a rebel now and add a little tap of red. They kind of look like poppies sitting on top, don't they? I think I've put the wrong lid on him. No. So I think originally the colour bursts had like, they came in a tub and you had to like pierce the top. And I wanted them then, but I didn't want the mess of it. So I'm glad that this has a different packaging. This is Ken Oliver Colour Burst. And I've only played with it for the length of time that I've had you here. But I'm really liking it. Liquid metals, pardon me. It's like, it's almost like mica. And it's beautiful. It's so pretty. I want to just try something. Bear with me. You see that? I'm using the tiniest little bit. And it is so shimmery, like you won't even believe. Can you see it? Luckily, oh, hold on. Be careful, it doesn't, oh, it doesn't poof on your shirt. It's permanent. Didn't know that. Should have worn my apron. That looks pretty. I had to skip the kids sword fighting and have a shower and wash my hair. Yeah, kids will do that. Look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. I think that's just something that I'm going to have lots of fun with. Luckily foam sword, she says. I'm so glad to be back, even though I'm still not 100%. I think it needs to be said. I'm going to dry this for another minute. Give me a sec. Mute. So now that you've told me that it's permanent, I'm looking around and it's all over my desk. I'm panicking. Grab the baby wipes. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Just give that a quick wipe. Normally I wouldn't care because I'm not a big clothes shopper, but when I was in America and in Germany, I managed to be really lucky and pick up lots of new clothes, which is so unlike me because I'm not a clothes shopper, and I'm wearing one of my new outfits now, so I definitely don't want to get that ruined. Look at how beautiful it is. Loving it. Okay, let me put this stuff away and then I'll show you some of the Unity stuff. And if you guys want some, you can message me and let me know what you want. The deal is you have to pay for shipping. Let me see what I can do here without ruining everything. Ooh. I think I might use my die to cut this out. Ooh, yes, I think I'm going to cut that there and be like lucky stars, or I thank my lucky stars or something like that on this one. Let me see what we've got over here. Okay, so recap for anybody who has come in and is late to the party. I've got a load of stuff that I need to get rid of. and I don't want to dump them or give them to a charity shop where they're going to be unloved. So I want to go through them, and if you want them, just pay for shipping, and I will get them all packaged up and sent off. And what I'll do is I'll tell you the name of them, and then you can tell me which one you like. Okay, so as you can see, yes, it's a little dated. It goes back to 2010, but they're still amazing stamps, and they're red rubber, so they're timeless, and they work still amazingly. So this one is the roller skate ones. It's called A Little Happy. So take a note of that if it's something that you like. You've got trees sending you a little happy. I believe in angels. Cute little parasol thing with happy on it. Butterfly. These teacups. A banner. A dream. How's it rolling? So funny. Happy to be right here, right now. And then hello something. I cannot tell. And as you can see, they are cling mounted red rubber. Okay, so that one is called A Little Happy. And that one I stole the box of, all the rest of boxes. Okay, so this one is called Just Be You. It was in collaboration with Jelly Bean Soup. So it's great for scrapbookies as well. Just be you, life is good. Isn't it time we get together? It's got a cute little telephone. A sweet little snowman that's really easy to colour. Together is a wonderful place to be. We've got this like growing tree sprout thing. Like a postage stamp symbol, and with the cute little, what are they called? Mushrooms. Snow days or happy days. Enjoy with the tea. We've got these like grid one, but a ladybug, an oval, and a scallop frame. So that is Just Be You. Okay. Did you get to test the Spellbinder Sapphire? No, I did not, I'm afraid. I did not get to test the Sapphire, just the Platinum 6. So I can't give you a comparison there, I'm afraid. Let me leave that one for now because it's different. I don't know how much shipping is going to be, and I know that's probably a stupid thing to say. It depends where you are. It depends how much it is. So if you go to Royal Mail Price Finder, then you can put in where you are, and you can put in the weight. So I think I discovered that one of them is about 500 grams, pardon me. But if you want it without the plastic, then it'll be slightly less. I think to the UK you're talking about £5. So further afield, it might be slightly more than that, but there'll be a threshold where you could probably ship like 4 or 5 of them for like 10 quid or something. So this one's called Picture Perfect. We've got gorgeous little photo frames. Do all things with love. If nothing ever changed, we wouldn't have butterflies. He's got the butterflies. Some things never change, like how much you mean to me. It's got a sofa. This is Picture Perfect. This Happy Birthday is a really good one as well. Friends are the best from us. It's got this. It's got just a note, a poinsettia, a frame, and then these were actually my favorite ones. I used them a lot. Heartfelt holiday wishes. May your season sparkle with holiday bliss. I'm wishing you a very merry holiday season. So you can see the sizings of them. This is the like very merry holiday thing. So it's a great size. And then that's the Happy Birthday one. So it fits on a top folding note card. Next one is called The Best Is Yet to Be. The Best Is Yet to Be. We've got these beautiful Chinese lanterns. What we see depends mainly on what we look for. Lucky to know you. I like that one. The Best Is Yet to Be. Get better soon. Got some frames. We've got this birdie. Teacups. Be you. got this pretty bike with the balloons. I've loved you from the very first day. I used that on Piper's like book when she was born. This ticket stub. These are great for journaling, like art journaling. Absolutely fantastic. Next one. Oh, this was another one that was well used. This one is called Rockin' It. And okay, let me walk you through it. So we've got a jukebox machine. We've got a woman with like an umbrella. Thanks for being so sweet. You are like no other. Life is sweeter with a friend like you, with you in my life. You rocked it. You rock my world. It's got the scooter here. Scoot on over here. I miss you. Scoot on over here. I love you. I adore you. What does this say? Happy things. What? Look at all the happy things that happened by accident. Thinking of you, and then it's got butterfly. It's really sweet. I use the like this guy a lot, and the scooter, and the flowers are even a really good size too. I like it a lot. But it has to go. I need room. That's Rockin' It. Don't get me sucked in. Next one is Fly Free. And we've got cute birdies all on a branch. Live by the sun, love by the moon. The best way to pay for a lovely moment is to enjoy it. Warmest thoughts, fly free, grow love. Today, this is also well used. I thought of you, true friends, so grateful. And we've got some other images as well, the cute little owls and some borders as well. Fly free. We have take time to laugh. Oh, every time I look at these, I remember the cards that I made. This is my favorite, the mittens. The little like stitched mittens are beautiful. It's a beautiful day, don't let it get away. Wishing you warm winter comforts. I like that one. And we've got you are loved. You have an apple. These like little images, which have like a little baby grow and things on it. This background is gorgeous, by the way. And then we've got sweetness going down the side, and we've got this little birdie, and then like a tag shape. Give you an idea of size. So it would fit in the middle of a card or down the side of a side folding card or something. It wouldn't be the full size of one though. That's take time to laugh. And then we have when I am with you. And this was a fall themed one, which I really enjoyed. And it has the Eiffel Tower, je t'aime. Merci, for you, perfect in every way. For family, believe in yourself. I love you not because of who you are, but because of who I am when I'm with you. Oh, so sweet. Thankful, happy Halloween. Cute pumpkins, I've used a lot too. Give thanks with a sweet little acorn on the edge. For this day, party, party, party. Happy holidays, and it's got a little house with trees and things. It's really sweet. So that's that one. And then I have this. Oh, this one. I look at this now. How shiny that is. It's nuts. So this I'm just going to call Bits and Bobs. And there is a like ice cream thing. We've got like a silhouette of a butterfly with stars out of it, and a flower, a beautiful butterfly. Look at that. A cupcake, a nice lolly. Hey hottie, lots of love. Hello. Have a sweet day. It's got like a whimsical frame, and then this lovely background stamp as well. So if you want the stamps, then yes, I will send them to you in the boxes. And I did have a lady actually buy one just so she could have the box. I also have some wooden dies, not dies, wooden stamps, pardon me. Also in a cute little box that Lesley can't open. And some foam stamps as well. And I don't know if this interests anyone, but this came with my scan and cut, but I know I won't use it. It's a USB with lots of different shapes and things. So let me know if you know anyone that would be of interest to. Mystical, what's it called? Number 17 Mystical. And I've got 2 books, What to Write to Make Meaningful Albums. 3 books, Stenciling and Card Making Techniques. So this one's really, really good. I think the other 2 are probably going to end up at the charity shop anyway, but this one is really good if you are into your scrapbooking and want to learn more about journaling. Let me know. So if you're interested in any of that, rather than me reading through your comments, and also some people might want the same things, if you can send me an email, if you go to Hungry Heffy Crafts and do the contact me, and you can send me an email that way. In fact, it's info@hungryheffycrafts, and we can take it from there, and we can see. Just when you send me what you want, make sure you tell me where you are, and then I can have a look as well and see about postage and things. I'm not going to be sending additional photos and stuff. Part of the reason I do it in a live is that I don't have to sit and type up, take photos and edit them or whatever else. So I'm not going to be sending that. If you see something that you like, you get it sent to you, that's fine. Oh, thank you, Craig. Now I wanted to see if I can make one of these into a card before I go. I'm starting to waver. I definitely need some water or something. How pretty is that? Where did that little piece go? Here it is. This kind of looks like a sinister face, like 2 eyes and a big smile. Is that just me that sees that? Okay, let me see what I can do. Out. So I'm missing some of the comments, so please send me the email, because otherwise I mention the name of the stamp set, because that's the only way I'm going to remember what way I have put them in and out of my pile of stuff. And I will be extremely happy if any of you guys can actually make use of any of those things. Do you use alcohol ink? Yes, I do. I used some on one of my last videos, actually. I made some gorgeous backgrounds with alcohol inks. I haven't played with alcohol inks in a long time. It was actually alcohol inks that I've had since the first time they were popular. Oh, did you use alcohol inks? No, these are Color Bursts by Ken Oliver. Thank you. Sorry, I spaced on that question there. And I'll use my Clover Frames die by Heaphy Doodle. then I'm trying to see what I could put in here. So I think I'll do the Lucky because it's quite big and bold. And before I run it through again, I'm going to put a piece of card over the top or paper over the top because this is extremely pigmented still. So I'm going to just blot that off with a bit of like copy paper or something. Does the colour reactivate after it's dry? Ooh, good question. We're going to have to investigate that one. There's a lot of pigment here. Because this is watercolor cardstock, it's much thicker than normal cardstock, and I wanted to pull it away without it coming out. So yay, successful. And I'm going to cut this out of some black foam as well. Where's my pokey tool? What do you store your dies in? Asks Amy. I store my dies in stamp pockets or CD pockets. So if my dies are, if it's like a large die or one for a stamp set, then I put my stamp in the front and my die in the back. Or like in the case of this guy, I store it in my stamp pocket like this. I do also have a bucket full of like smaller dies, and these are in CD wallets. And that works well for me. I like that. So this is going to go on here like that. I also want to cut out some silver, I think. Silver, like glitter, not glitter. Mirror card. To go on top. Let's try that. Either going to layer it with the silver on top of the black, slightly offset, or the black on top of the silver, slightly offset. I'm not sure yet. I have something similar to the colour bursts. They are the Magicals from Lindy's Stamping Gang. I've never heard of Lindy's Stamping Gang before. Do they work in a similar way then? So I've got Lucky. Let's see what else I've got in here. So I've got To Have You in My Life. So I think I'm going to emboss that in silver on a black strip. And show off how easy it is to do it with our strips of ease. As long as I can find my strips of ease. There they are. Hopefully this one is big enough. We'll soon find out. I love the addition of the silver. Yay! So with the stitched strips of ease, it's a solid die, but with the other ones, with the normal strips of ease, it is not a solid die, it is a framed die. So what you can actually do is stamp it first of all, and then layer this over the top to get it perfectly straight. Which is also fun. Okay, now I'm going to use some silver embossing powder from Aladdin, if I can find it. But I used it recently and I was really impressed with it. It's really liquid. It looks like platinum or something. Should be in here. Yeah. So it's called Easing Poudre à Embosser. And for this, the crystals are quite big, which I think is probably why it actually looks so raised up whenever it's heated embossed. But because of that, at this point you think, oh, that's never going to work, and like it's quite blocky. Let me show you. You think there's not enough crystals on there, but if you get your heat tool nice and hot, which is what I'll do now. Oops. 1 second. I'll get my heat tool nice and hot first of all before I bring it over, and then I will emboss it and you'll see how it comes out. I'll put you on mute. have you in my life. I actually blew away some of the crystals, unfortunately. I'm out of practice, obviously. My original plan was to inlay this so you could still see like the little bits inside, you know what I mean? But if I add the silver, then you kind of lose that. I think I'm going to emboss that again with a different embossing powder. Or maybe just try it again with that same embossing powder. It's ironic because it used to be that I used to mess it up all the time because of the because of the cutting of the strip, and now it's because of the embossing. C'est ironique. How do I find out the next time that you do a live stream? So normally I will have a live stream on a Friday night at 9 p.m. and that is in UK time. That is GMT, which was last night. However, I was completely out of it, quite frankly. So the best thing to do is to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. It might mean that you get notified whenever you're taking your kids to school or something like that, because obviously different time zones around the world can make it complicated. But that's the best way to do it. Otherwise, if that's not really going to suit you, then you can just set your alarm and tune in on a Friday night. But you might miss the ad hoc ones like today if you don't turn on your notifications. And today's been a bit different because I was doing a lot of talking and not a lot of crafting. Normally I still do a lot of talking, but I normally do a lot of crafting. Okay, I'll mute you guys again. Am I back? Can you hear me? Every so often I think I've pressed the button on my microphone and then think that I haven't pressed the button on my microphone. So this is what I mean about making it really easy to line up. And obviously my card is a top folding, will be. It's a, what's the word, portrait orientation. And this is 5.5 inches wide, so it will fit landscape. But that's fine, we'll just be trimming it off. Okay. Let's clear some room. And get sticky. Let me get a piece of card that is the right size. There we go. I'm actually going to run another couple of strips across here where the lucky section is. So hopefully I catch all those little stray bits. And I'll use my new red tape from Sticks 2. Super sticky and it's nice and thin. And because I die cut on the background, I can actually see where this will lie. So let's see, I'll put that here. Like this, and then I will stick down the foam letters. Now the foam letters, they move quite a bit, like you can stretch them easily, so you got to go really slow and be really careful with them, especially where the ligatures will join up the letters. There we go. And I'm going to stick this on. I'm just going to add some glue dots on this actually. I'm not going to worry too much. I've just pulled my lucky apart. That wasn't so lucky, was it? Oh dear. I am fading fast. Time for bed. Let's get this card finished off. Take two. proof that everyone has moments. You sometimes see these edited videos and you think, oh, why nobody else have these issues apart from me? I assure you, everyone has the same issues. Okay, we're getting there. I'll add a little one here. The problem is that my finger, like the pop dots, what's it called? The glue dots that are on there stick to my finger, and then as my fingers pull apart, it rips it. Normally I would use wet glue, but wet glue can be a beast and like not really want to play ball whenever you're dealing with funky foam or craft foam. So that's why I chose the glue dots. So I'll lie this down, but slightly offset so that the black foam is like a shadow, has a shadow effect. The little strips of these makes it so handy. Lucky to have you in my life. And do I have any silver stars? Ooh, these are big ones. Let's stick these boys down too. I'll do 3 stars. In a little visual triangle, and then I'll add some clear on there as well, I think. Oh, there's tiny stars in here. Let me see. No, 2 inch. Here. We'll do the clear, but I'll do a little bit of glossy accents for that. Providing my glossy accents doesn't need unclogged, which I think it does. Oh, there it is. There's lots of sizes in this little kit. I actually quite like the big areas of the darker, like the pigment. It makes it look more like a galaxy. There we go. This one is full, it is overflowing. Pop those back in. Nice. There we go, let's do a close up. Lucky to have you in my life, and I do feel lucky to have all of you guys in my life. You guys are awesome, and I love sharing my Friday nights with you, and sometimes my Saturday nights too. Thank you so much for joining me as I had a little look at all of my swag that I brought back from Creativation, and for enduring my absence when I was away and then super ill. I do expect normal service to resume, but please do subscribe to the channel. I will also have some other quote-unquote normal videos for you guys, not just the lives, because I've got some blog hops happening shortly. So you will actually get some more standard edited videos from me as well. So if that is more your thing, hit the subscribe button and hopefully you will get to see that as well. Right guys, if you haven't already and you saw something that you really wanted, then send me an email. That's info@hungryheffycrafts.com. I love you all. Thank you for your time tonight and for playing with me. And I shall see you next Friday, if not before then. And hopefully you can come and craft with me.